Welcome to AFC, the nation's premier fishing tournament, where the best anglers battle it out on Queensland's pristine waters to be crowned AFC Series 11 champions. This series, our target species is the elusive Australian bass. Over 3 championship rounds, 3 teams will go head-to-head in search of a bag and that elusive kicker fish. Returning this year for his second AFC is Japanese angling gun Takeyoshi Oramoto.
去年初めてこの AFC に出場ね招待させていただいて、オージーアングラーはね非常にホスピタリティそうフレンドリーでこう緊張する場面もありましたけども、非常に楽しみました。
A reigning AFC champion from last season, this season Taka will need to shift his focus from the iconic barramundi to the infamous Aussie bass. Complementing Taka on Team BCF is Dean Sylvester, who has dominated the ABT bass scene over the last 3 years, bringing some serious form and insight into this year's series.
This year I'm fishing with Taka from Japan. Fishermen seem to think the same, even if we don't speak the exact same language.
Team Hobie is made up of AFC rookie Richard Summerton, who enters as the 2013 Hobie Fishing World Kayak Champion and will be looking to prove himself at the elite AFC level.
AFC represents the pinnacle of fishing in Australia, as everyone sort of talks about in the kayak division or making AFC, and yeah, it's a fantastic opportunity to be actually be here fishing with some of the best bass anglers in Australia.
His teammate Dan Clancy brings a wealth of experience to the tournament and will be looking to demonstrate why he is considered one of Australia's best bass anglers.
Richard is a great fisherman. You can tell from his results in the kayak rounds and in the Brim series, and even though bass is new to him, like he can pick it up pretty quick. It's all still fishing, you know.
Good luck, buddy.
Good luck. Good luck.
Need it. Go hard, buddy.
Good luck.
He'll freak out.
And making history as the first ever father-son combo, Team Mercury brings together AFC veteran and incumbent champion Matthew Mott, along with his son and protege Dylan Mott, who qualified as the current #1 ranked ABT bass non-boater.
Mate, it was just something I always wanted to do, was get on AFC, and you know, seeing the guys growing up, like basically my old man Matthew Mott, David Green, Steve Kanowski, they were my idols, and yeah, absolutely pumped to be here.
I suppose the biggest thing that's changed up about the format this year is fishing with my son. Proudest day of my fishing career, really.
When I found out I was with the old man, it was pretty crazy. I thought, well, this can be good in a way. You know how each other work, and you know what he's going to do, and he knows what I'm going to do.
Me and him have talked about it, and you know, I'm going to let him have his say and try and work as a team. But this is the 9th year I've done AFC, the longest ever, and I know how these things work. I know what you've got to do, and if you have a downtime, you've got to pick yourself up and you've got to keep positive and keep, you know, let's do this or do that or whatever, and hopefully we can come out with a win.
Anglers, welcome to round 1 of AFC Series 11. You have 4 hours of fishing. Your bag limit is 4 bass. You will start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's do it, mate.
And smash them, especially those two.
Let's do it. This is what we've been waiting for.
I am doing 6 knots. Whoops, just a little bit over.
Looks good. Looks good out here.
I've had a look on some maps, and I think this spot might be all right. It seems to have really steep edges and timber. Hopefully it works out.
The arena for our AFC 11 Round 1 showdown is the picturesque Lake Cania. A 6-hour drive north of Brisbane, Lake Cania is 200 kilometres west of Bundaberg, nestled amongst the bold sandstone cliffs of the Cania Gorge National Park. The National Park boasts 3,000 hectares of spectacular landscape and dry rainforest, and attracts nature lovers, campers and, of course, avid anglers with some of Queensland's best mixed native fisheries. Australian bass, golden perch, silver perch and Saratoga all thrive in this lake, and its idyllic and pristine locale is a favoured destination amongst local and interstate travellers. Host to a couple of ABT Grand Finals over the years, Cania always seems to impress with the size and numbers of bass available. Introducing the all-new Mercury 75 to 115 horsepower four-stroke. Unlike any four-stroke the world has ever seen. Unbridled power, unexpectedly compact, unbelievably fuel efficient. AFC is giving away a Mercury Marine 115 horsepower four-stroke. Head to fishnet.com.au for your chance to win by telling us in 25 words or less about your ideal day on the water.
Did you see that?
When we arrived this morning, it was foggy, glassed out. It was a brilliant morning for catching bass. Having never been to the dam before, we just winged it. We just went across the foggy dam and just came to a bank, and that's where we started.
The conditions this morning are perfect for bass fishing. We've got thick fog and the anglers are going to enjoy that. It'll keep the fish shallow and hopefully biting on the surface.
Strategy early on with the fog was to fish surface because we thought with the sun and the fog, it'll block the sun out so the fish will stay up shallow for a lot longer.
It's perfect.
Couldn't ask for any better conditions. First hour on the water today, there was a lot of things running through my head, obviously being new. Especially a surface bite is greatness in itself.
Come on, bass.
Please. Nervous for the first time on AFC, nervous because you're in a tournament, nervous because you're going to get a surface strike and just, yeah, shaking at the knees, basically.
Don't strike.
The old man, he kept us in form. He, keep your breath short, keep fishing, do what you usually do. He just kept reminding me and hitting me with it. That kept me calm and that just kept me thinking, just keep fishing and you'll come, those bites will come.
Along this back. Oh, you're serious? Look at that. Gosh. Fish here 1,000 times and never get a snag and get everyone every cast. This could be a very long day.
まあ非常にね霧がねすごく全体を立ち込めてて非常に幻想的なついてまずびっくりしたのはとにかくティンバー立ち木がねもういっぱいあってうわっと思って私が今までやったオーストラリアンバスのフィールドとは全く違うなっていう感じだったんで Come on fish, big fish.
When we're in the fog, we had to sort of hug banks until I got a bit of orientation. I ended up probably a kilometre from where I wanted to start, but had to wait for the light, so we pulled up, hoping to try points or standing timber. Just going to change to a saddle bait. Clear water, there's fish suspended and the bite on that reaction bait was only timid. So try something natural.
まあさすがだなっていう感じでしたね。やっぱりエキスパートアングラーバスフィッシャーマンということで、さすが OG アングラーのトップっていうことでね。自分もねやっぱりディーンが打った後をフォローする意味でソフトルアーをバイトしてくるような感じで自分になかなかチャンスがなかったんですけども。
Oh, there's one.
Fish. Yep.
It's only a baby.
Keeper?
Don't know. Yeah, could be. I don't think so.
Keeper?
Too small. The first fish for this session was an undersize, but it was good to get the hit, get the bite and know that you're possibly in the right area, the right technique. We noticed that was on points with a standing timber.
First hour this morning, going through that fog, we thought for sure the fish would be up shallow. And we did get a couple of small taps, a few hits to begin with. You know the fish are there.
The tap?
Yeah. You just got to get them just to take that little bit extra mile and sort of get it right down. But we just thought we kept on plugging away, we'd get them.
Yep. Tap.
Very small.
Got it, yeah.
Awesome. Oh, many. School.
It's spangled.
Fast catch. Fast catch.やっぱりとにかくオーストラリアのこの国土はすごく広いんで、非常に釣り人がね、今日もね我々のボートしかないぐらいに、日本だったらもうすごいこれだけの魚が釣れたらすごい人がねこう集まって釣り場はね非常に混雑してるんですけども、非常に元気のいい今回もバスをキャッチできました。
Yep. Oh, that's a good bass. That's a good bass.
Good bass?
Yeah.
Yep. Yes.
Not big, but
Yep.
good. That'll do.
Good.
He's about 34 and a half. That's number one. Get a pattern. 3 more.
Yeah.
Woo!
As you can see, the water here is incredibly clear. For the anglers, the clock is ticking. They want to maximise this shallow water bite before the fog clears and the fish start to move deep.
It was very clear this morning. We could look down and see your lure 20 feet away, still working, 3 metres down.
If I was a bass, I'd dip in there.
It's probably right in the back there. The fish can be really hard to catch in those clear, sort of still conditions. Unless you get a reaction bite out of them, if they can, you've got slightly lighter leaders, which means you've got less chance of landing them in the timber we were in.
It was a bit of a spanner in the works. You know, we've got heavy leader on, and it makes you think twice about the gear you've got rigged up and what you're going to be fishing. That clear water is just, it's crazy. Look, I've never seen it that clear up here before. Rich is just using a more finesse style of bait up the top of the water column, and I'm fishing a little bit deeper with a lipless crankbait, just trying to suss out where they are because we're not exactly sure. We just got to cover all our bases and try and find them. Finding snags at the moment. Where there's snags, there's fish apparently.
Apparently, allegedly.
結構日本のねダム湖にすごく似てて、水がクリアなんで、このラッピングミノンっていうジグスピナー系にちょっと変えて。
Early on, with the water being so clear, I wanted a reaction bait because I knew that the early fish would eat reaction lures, but I went with a natural shad colour that's sort of translucent, so it disappears in the water a bit better.
Oh. Bass?
I think so, yeah.
Good bass.
Funny shaped bass.
Oh, very fat.
Very fat.
Yeah. Wow. Fat.
Funniest looking bass I've ever seen. Did anyone tell you you're going to be on national TV, buddy? That fish is the funniest fish I have ever seen. That is the Matthew Mott of bass. $33.
33?
Yep. That's 2, Tucker.
Ah, good work.
Yeah, the first hour, you probably The whole time I was fishing down this bottom end, I was probably in my mind thinking, should I go? We've got to go. I kept looking over to see when it was clear enough that we could go up the top, because it is a fair way up there and probably weren't doing exactly what we needed to do down here to catch fish. So the whole time we had to try and keep focused, but it was really hard.
How long are you going to give it along here, you reckon? Look at this fog starting to lift.
Yeah, so I'm watching it. As soon as I think we can go, we're going. There's fish here, though.
There is, yeah.
They're good fish down here. You just got to get them to bite.
We didn't actually get any surface strikes early on.
Fish to the end of this point up here and then we're going.
Sounds good to me. Once we moved a bit deeper in the water column, that's when we started to realise, OK, we need to go deeper and start to catch a few fish out here. My first memories of fishing would be going out to Somerset Dam with the old man and my sister and have an absolute ball. And from that moment on, I knew that bass fishing was for me, and it's just a passion and always will be. My first tournament was pretty much when I turned 16. You have to be 16 to get into the tournaments. I'd been waiting since the age of 12 to get into them. I went out and pretty much smashed it the first year and thought, hey, I can do all right at this, and everything's been great since. I've fished really hard, and it's something that I've wanted my whole life. Every one of my friends and family know that this is my life, this is what I live for. You know, I've put everything into it, and, you know, I've come out with a few wins and been up there in the top 10 a few times, and it's really pushed me and drove me to get where I am now, and obviously qualified for a spot on AFC.
Australians love their fishing, and the Fraser Coast is the fishing capital of Australia. Offering a diverse year-round world-class variety of fishing, it most certainly has something for everyone.
Well, the Fraser Coast is such a fantastic fishing destination because it's where all the tropical waters and the temperate waters meet. If you're an expert angler or a novice angler, the Fraser Coast region's a great place to go fishing. You can go to the Urangan Pier in the middle of town and just catch fish off the bank. You can take a boat out and catch anything from marlin through tuna to brim whiting and flathead. So there's a very diverse range of areas to fish, and you can do it at any skill level.
Growing up in the Hervey Bay region, I've been pretty lucky because you experience like the best of both worlds. You got all your southern species and then all your northern species too.
We do extended fishing charters, sometimes up for 7 days. We go out into the Great Barrier Reef and sometimes just outside Fraser.
Mate, it's the fishing. The fishing on the other side of Fraser Island is outstanding.
All your bread and butter species are here. 3 hours from Brisbane, it's quite unique. And they're trophy fish, so that attracts a lot of people.
On the same day, you could encounter a snapper, or you could encounter tuna, big trevally, big queenfish.
We did a bit of beach fishing, but in the distance I could see tuna blowing up and spotted mackerel jumping.
Have a look at it. You know, what a setting. We're here on Fraser Island, not far from Hervey Bay. It's a great place, and there's nothing better than going out and just throwing a line in.
It's absolutely amazing. There's so many things you can do, so many fishing opportunities, full driving opportunities. The things are endless that you can do here.
A lot of family groups come to Fraser Island. Mum, Dad, the kids come catch their dart. There's dingoes to see. There's everything for everyone.
The fishing in the Fraser Coast region is not just diverse, it's great fishing.
Ooh, you just got a little touch then.
Very quiet.
Yeah.
The first hour of fishing, it was terrible. It looked like it was going to be good with the fog and that sort of thing, but it just didn't happen for us. So it was time to, when the fog lifted, just move on and find some new ground and try and figure this place out.
Once the fog lifted in the morning, the sun also came out and the points weren't being as productive anymore with no shade on them. I noticed the fish were actually under the boat and we weren't catching any off the points. So we tried 2 more just in case and then jumped up further to a steeper bank that had some shades on it still.
So we've run up here. This is sort of the furthest spot we've got up the dam. We're going to fish it and then we're going to work a few other spots way back down the dam. That saves us running back and forth between spots. If we work it, start here and work our way down, we'll save time and hopefully catch fish. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
After a slow start to round one, Team Hobie and Mercury will be pulling out all stops to bring themselves back into contention. What surprises will Lake Cania serve up for our AFC Elite?
It's my time. My time to smash it.
Join us next week as we bring all the highs, lows, and wrap up the results from round one.